Hello again and welcome to another Mordy and Glory Warhammer 40k Battle Report. We have something very exciting for you guys today. The new 9th edition Imperial Guard will be taking on the current bogeyman of 9th edition, the Leagues of Votan. And so without further ado, let's rock and stone, diggy hole and take a look at today's armies. Making their debut on the Morning Glory channel for the first time, we have the Leagues of Votan. And Tom is continuing his villain arc. He started off as Custodes Tom. He then became Traitor Tom with the Death Guard. And now he's Power Gamer Whacker Tom. Do you want to take us through this list, mate?
Rock and stone!
Rock and stone, mate, yeah!
So starting off on the left, I have 2 units of free Hearthkin bikes. These have a scanner and a searchlight with a high-las auto cannon.
Is that a machine gun on the back? Like a Gatling gun?
Yeah, it's a high-las rotary cannon, I think it's called.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty nice.
I mean, no, it's terrible, awful, it's all Votan. I hate it. I hate it.
And then moving on further to the right, I have a Sagittor. Don't look at the bad paint job, it's not finished yet.
It looks great, man. What are you talking about?
Bad paint job. And then
you perfectionist, you
Sagittor
are.
has the Martyr auto cannon.
Okay.
And it will be having 5-man unit of Berserks, which all have plasma axes, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Love those boys, those are a joy to paint. And then moving on further to the right, I have the Hecaton Land Fortress.
With
the Magna Rail Cannon.
No!
With 4 bolters, heavy bolt cannons.
No!
And a Martyr auto cannon on the back.
No!
It's very good. And then in front of that guy,
This thing can slaps top. This thing can deliver so much Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pizza.
Honestly, it's so fun to paint. And then the front, I have a 10-man unit of Hearthkin warriors.
Cool.
The sergeant has a plasma sword, and in the unit there's a medipack, scanner, and a rail rifle.
I love that.
And that is what they have. And then moving further on to the right, at the back, I have the Hearthkin Iron Guard, or whatever they're called. The
Wannabe Terminators.
Yeah, the wannabe Terminators that are a bit too stunty.
The Kanye West fan club.
Yes.
Because they look like that him from that music video.
Oh, God.
You're such a fucking squad. I love it.
They are armed with disintegrators.
What are you drinking sparkling water for? Sorry.
They're armed with disintegrators, so these are 3 shots, mortal wounds on 6s. And they have grenade launchers, so D6 shots on them. And then the sergeant has a concussion hammer, and the rest of them have plasma blades.
Very cool.
And they're very, very nice.
Yeah.
And then moving on to the further right, I have the Brokir Thunderkin. They are armed with the Graviton blast cannons, I think they're called. And they're really, really cool. I like the unit. And then moving on to the second squad of troops, I've got Hearthkin warriors. They've just got a medipack and a scanner, and that's all they have. And then moving on to the HQs. On the far right, I have the Brogir Hordmaster.
Ah, yes, the Brogir Hordmaster. Yes.
He's the master of the forges. He's the Forge Master.
Every
master of the forge.
single army, like Games Workshop, please stop designing armies with like guys with funny names, because Tom was just going to say it in his voice. Yes. All right. You know, we've got the Blade Champion, the Master of the Blades.
The Demon Prince. Prince of Demons.
And now we've got the Brokir
Forge Master of Forges.
The Master of the Forges. Yes, he ruined it. Hooray!
And then they've got a Master Armourer relic so that I can repair vehicles with like per turn.
All 2 of them.
All 2 of them, baby. And then moving on, I have Ufar the Destined. He reduces damage to 1 on every weapon, so he's really cool.
Okay, the new, he looks pretty good.
And he can turn some into an unmodified 6, so he's really cool. And he's a high Carl. And then finally, the other HQ I've got, he may look like an Iron Hair champion, but he's actually running as a Carl today.
Cool.
With 2 Warlord traits, the Long List and the Grudge's End. So I can ignore Lookout Sir and Bodyguard rules. And I also, if one of my units kills something, I can slap them with a Gudrun token.
Nice. So I actually quite like the fact that you've mixed up using this guy for the Carl, because it makes it easier to actually differentiate who is the Destined and who isn't, because otherwise the models are very similar. So I actually have no issue with this. It actually makes it much clearer for me as your opponent. But yeah, these guys are looking absolutely amazing, man. Really, really good job. Loving the color scheme. This guy kind of reminds me of it's like a Howling Griffin from the Space Marines.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
I looked at him and was like, how can I make the sergeant different? And I was like, oh, I'll paint him half and half. And my missus turned around to me and went, oh, he looks like a drumstick. Like a really drumstick in the UK, and it was like, yeah, true.
Do you want to know something very quick?
Go for it.
At the Nottingham GT, Robin Cruddas was there with who writes the codexes, and he was there with his Howling Griffins. And he did pretty well. So yeah, there we go.
Is he the one that wrote the stupid Leagues of Votan codex?
I think he was the one that did the POW driver on the Tyranid Codex recently.
Oh, good.
So yeah, it's all good.
So good. He's made up for himself.
Yeah. So that is 2,000 points of Votan making their debut. Certainly a very elite army. When you think the fact that it's literally like a couple of each unit, there really isn't much here. But it is small yet mighty.
Well,
it's the noisy cricket of the 40k army.
Leagues of Votan at the minute is they've nerfed all the points. Like they've made the points so expensive, when the real problem is actually just the judgment tokens themselves. Like if they actually just nerf the judgment tokens and reset all the costs of the units, then everything will be fine again. But no, they're making them super expensive, so your units actually don't do much. So you've got to be super efficient with them. So it's like that's what I had in my practice game that I had the other day. But yeah, that's my 2,000 points. Rocket Stone to the bone!
Yeah, buddy! Alright, we will be back with the Guard. So here we have 2,000 points of the Guard. The Mordian 50th Rifles marching to battle once more. Starting off on the left with the motor pool, we have got 3 Lehman Russes with battle cannons, las cannons and heavy bolters. One of them is going to be a tank commander and he will have the Gatekeeper relic. And then we've got a Hydra, just nice standard Hydra, nothing too fancy about that. I do think this has got some good DACA for its points cost, so we'll see how that performs today. We've then got a Rogal Dawn with the DACA configuration, all of the stubbers, the Gatling, the heavy bolters, and then the main turret we have got the Oppressor Cannon and the Auto Cannon. I've also paid for this to be a tank ace, and I've gone for Meticulous Calibrator, so Tom won't be able to get any light or dense cover from the Dawn. Then we have the characters, and we have got a command squad with the big bullshit banner, the Finale of the Nemrudest First, and then it's also got Voxcaster, Melter, Medic, all just the free stuff that it comes with. We've then got 3 more characters. We have got a standard Castellan, who we have spent a command point on because we're taking 2 commandants in this Arcs of Omen detachment, and then we also have got a Tech Priest, and we've got Creed. We've got Creed himself. It will be actual Creed, not just a generic Castellan. I'm taking him so that he can look after the Kazakin. We've then just got 5 Scions. These guys are just going to be in the elite section. We're not taking them in any sort of patrol today. Their job is going to drop down and try and do some secondaries. And then we have got 6 squads of infantry. All of them with the sergeant with las pistol, chainsaw. Every squad's got a Voxcaster. Every squad's got a plasma gun. 3 of them have got heavy bolters, and 3 of them have got autocannons. And last but certainly not least, we have got the elites. 3 units of the best of the best of the best of Cadia, and we have got 3 squads of Kazakin. Each one with a sergeant with las pistol and chainsword, and then 2 melter guns, 2 plasma guns, a hotshot sniper, a Voxcaster, and 3 basic guys. In total, about 90 infantry, 5 tanks, and some specialists. So my thought behind this list is that it's pretty take-all-comers. I didn't want to tailor anything against the Votan specifically. I wanted to see how what is fast becoming my standard Guard list can do against the force that is the Votan, because we know they are pretty powerful. We shall see. This is my first time facing them on Battle Report. We'll see how we do. All right, we'll be back once we've done the field of battle and deployment, and we'll come back to you with the mission. And here we have the field of battle after deployment. The Guard have deployed in a big old death ball hiding behind their line of sight blocking terrain. We've got the Rogal Dawn and the Commander and another Lehman Russ, and then in front we have got the Hydra and another Lehman Russ. Various infantry squads scattered throughout, providing screening and objective secured support on our home field objective. The Leagues of Votan have spread out somewhat more. They have got bikes and infantry up front with a solid defensive core with the Hecaton Land Fortress, the Sagittar, Terminators and Characters. Now, you may notice there are no Kazakin on the board. That is because they have gone into Strategic Reserve. It is now free to do so in Arcs of Omen. And I thought, you know what? Let's slam the whole goddamn Death Ball into Reserve. And so it can be a nice threat for Tom to try and deal with on turn 2. He does have some kind of All-Spec scan that he can do. But he can only do it with 1 squad. So I may lose a squad of Kazakin. But 2 is still very tasty. Now, Tom, you have also put some stuff in reserve, haven't you? Why don't you take us through what's in transports and reserves?
Yeah, so my Brocade Thunderkin.
Nice.
They're in Deep Strike. They're going to come in turn 2 or turn 3. Then I've got a 10-man unit of Halfkin inside the Hecaton Landfall Force.
Yes.
And then I have a 5-man Berserker unit inside the Sagittor.
Okay, very nice. So your Thunderkin are in Deep Strike, not Strategic Reserve, to be clear, so they can teleport in where they want.
Yes, because they're exo-frames.
Very good. Awesome. So there we go. We have got that sort. The mission today is going to be Death and Zeal, which is a 5-objective mission with table quarter deployment. For secondaries, I have gone for Inflexible Command, Boots on the Ground, and Retrieve Battlefield Data. And Tom, what have you picked for your secondaries?
I went with Ancestors Watching, Bring It Down, and Rich Deposits.
Very nice. Just to quickly go over terrain, all of the various ruins that you see will count as obscuring and light cover. The cargo crates in the middle will not be obscuring or light cover, but they will provide true line of sight blocking and also dense cover when you're shooting over them. And now we just have the most important roll of the game, who gets first turn. And we shall roll in the world's smallest dice tray, a gift from a good transporter and friend called Jameson. So, Tom, would you like to roll the first dice, sir?
For the kin.
It's a strong. And it was strong enough. It was, the guard rolled well, but not well enough. All right, you must go first. So we will be back with the Votan command phase and turn 1.
Rock and Stone!
So at the end of Votan command and movement phase turn 1, this is how things look. We have had a unit of pioneers go onto this objective, and they've also done a secondary as well.
Yes.
So they did a pre-game move, a secondary, scored 3 victory points. That was rich deposits, wasn't it?
Yes, they didn't find any gold, but they got 3 victory points.
Very nice. We then have the Sagittor, who has accelerated a response over here. That allows them to move 24 inches.
Yes, which I only discovered just going through the stratagems today.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. And I have the wannabe Terminator state still.
They have.
They moved from there to there. Yep, and then the infantry that was there has moved up to here. And then, oh baby, Big Daddy Pizza Wagon is coming out, ready to lay the smackdown on some infantry squads. A little bit overkill, but there's no kill like overkill. And then over here, this unit of pioneers moved forward, and they pre-game moved as well. Then they did the rich deposits, and they struck gold. I like gold.
And they are pioneers, not grenadiers.
These are, yes. Where do they find these recruits? The Urals. So we have got, that means that objective here is worth 3 points at the end of the game. Mm-hmm. That just to use it to me as well.
It's to be... Oh. It'd be a bit weird if it was to you as well.
I like gold as well. I like gold as well.
It's a game on 150.
You don't think a guard commander wouldn't send in a tank battalion and a couple of regiments of infantry to secure a gold deposit? Then you don't know the Imperium, man. Admech would give him some nice perks for doing that. So that is your movement and command. A decent advance, but not overly aggressive. A steady advance. We shall now have to go into your shooting phase, sir.
Shooting.
So we're going to go with the big gun first. It is the Magna Rail Cannon.
Magna Rail hits on a 2.
Nice.
It hits.
Now, hits on 2 because you gave him a buff, right?
Yes, and he also ignores cover. So he
don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah. But the Magna Rail, I'm going to use Ufar's once per turn thing to turn the wound into a 6. That means it's splash damage.
Yeah.
And it ignores invuls, so I just need to roll the damage. Which is...
So does this mean that it does mortal wounds? How does it work?
It's not mortal wounds, it's just damage.
But it spreads over.
Spreads over.
We'll double check it, but roll the dice to see what you get.
So that would be 3 plus 6, 9, 10.
So that would kill the whole squad.
Yes.
If it does splash over. Okay, we'll just check that. But that's pretty good. So yeah, the excess damage is not lost, it spreads over, so the full 10-man squad is dead. It's even better than a railgun, it's even better than a vanquisher, it is a Magna Rail. Alright, and now we have the bolt cannons. Now all of these are going into the other infantry squad that I couldn't hide very well.
Yes. So I'm going to actually show off another stratagem, which is 1 CP and bolt weapons. I select a bolt weapon, and that on unmodified rolls of 6 turn into 2 additional hits.
Great.
So I'm going to spend
fair and balanced. Nice.
And then, so this is 12 shots, hitting 2s. And that is 1.
You've dropped.
Turns into 2.
But you've got 2 misses there anyway.
Got 2 misses. Yes, I've got 2 misses. I've not used his reroll though. Oh, it's a hit.
Okay.
These dice are a bit hard to.
Yeah, well, these are your word bearer ones. What you get for being a heretic.
So that's 6 auto wounds.
Okay.
And these ones will strength 6, so it'll be 2s.
And it's AP 2.
Yes. So that is.
They're dead. Okay, that was easy. How many total? But it looks like they're dead.
11.
Yeah, they're dead.
Yeah!
You've killed 2 squads of infantry! He's only gone and done it! And with 20 infantry reduced to bloody pulp, that is the end of the Votan turn. A pretty strong start. And yeah, we'll have to see how the guard can respond. I think my only target really is the big chunk. So let's see if we can throw some battle cannons and oppressor cannons into it until it falls over. So the guard movement phase was a little bit conservative. We did move out where we could, and we have been a bit aggressive with the Hydra, but unfortunately there was no way for me to stop Tom from getting on 3 objectives for his turn 2. So I figured I'm going to have to just accept the fact that he will have probably 12 victory points for in that first turn, and we're probably going to in that second turn, and I'm going to have to fight back in turns 3, 4 and 5. We'll see how it goes. This is a really good example of why if I had some sentinels and I'd been able to forward deploy, it would have been or I'd had some sort of recon maneuver.
Bang.
Yeah, I could have done maverick maneuvers if I could have done something here that would have allowed me to have some obstacle on the objectives. But sadly, we have not got that. I am starting to think that I need some sentinels in this army. But that was my movement phase. Just move forward a bit with some stuff. Hydra being the most important one. Command phase, of course, should say that reroll 1s to hit went out on all of the vehicles because they were within range for them to splash around. The Tech Priest has put a 5 vulnerable save on the Rogel. Not that it will get it against a Magna Rail Cannon, but it might help against some of the other shots. And the infantry orders, this squad here has received take aim. This squad and this squad have received take cover. This squad was not in range to receive any orders. So that is that. Now we will be going into the shooting phase. Can we bring down a Hecatron in 1 turn? We shall have to find out. We are going to start off with the Rogel Dawn itself. We have spent a CP for ingrained precision because we are born soldiers today, guys. And I will be firing its big boom boom cannon first into the Hecaton. It gets D6 plus 3 shots. That's a flat big old wad. I'm going to use another command point there to re-roll that because I need this to go off. Okay, so we're going to use a different dice that's not been in dice jail. Okay, that is an improvement. That's good. That's 7 shots. That is okay. That's all right. That's all right. All right.
It's a reasonable number.
It's reasonable. 3.6. Not great, not terrible. Now, we are going to be hitting on 3s because it's a turret weapon. I'm not going to go really dense, but even if I was, I would ignore it. 3s, you're rolling 1s. Okay, 2 auto wounds. So my ingrained precision wasn't needed, but 2 auto wounds. That is just a failure. And then we have 4 of the wounds. Now, these will be wounding you, sir, on 3s. Bit of pizzazz going in there. Okay, so that is going to be 2 more wounds. Now, that's a total of 4 wounds, sir.
4 wounds, sir.
Each one of these are AP minus 3, sir.
AP minus 3, sir.
Yes.
So 4 up and 4
Indeedly doodly.
4 up.
You have failed it. That is 4 damage.
I'm going to reduce it to 0 with the Brocade Ironmaster.
Okay, so that's done now.
That's done.
Okay, next one.
Next one.
You have passed it, sir. You have failed it, sir.
Failed it, sir. 4 damage.
4 damage through.
Yes.
And the last one. You have failed it, sir. That is 8 damage.
That is 8 damage.
Hecaton is reduced by half already.
Now, I would CP this one as well, so I'm going to CP this
You're
one.
going to CP that last dice.
Come on, baby.
No. No, yes. The Churchill / Tiger / Matilda in space is doing it.
Pigs in space.
Now we have also got a auto cannon coming in here. That is 2 auto wounds, sir. But I will inform you this is AP -1, thus it is AP virus none. It is a 2-up save. You're passed the first.
Pass
The second. There's no need to slow roll these like a cheesy bastard anymore, Tom. So you can just roll them at the normal rate. Okay, so that was the Rogel. Not bad. 8 damage. Spicy. I do like the Rogel, man. He's got a big old punch.
I will tell you, if I would have saved the 6 to wound from Me Father Destined, I could have auto passed that save as well.
I would have taken 4 damage.
Yes.
So spunking it on killing 10 infantry.
Killing the 10 infantry.
Infantry, some of you may die, but it is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Is what I'm learning. I think, maybe I should save it.
Everyone spunks it on the damage output, but it should be the damage input that you save it for.
Killing a Hecaton is pretty tough to be fair.
Yeah. Okay, we are going to go over to the Gatekeeper. So the tank commander with Gatekeeper will get 6 plus D3 shots. That will yield a total of 8 shots, sir. Morning, Schmidt.
Morning, Schmidt.
Okay, these will just be hitting on 3s. Okay, that is 4 auto wounds because I am a soldier and I was born to it. I don't get to reroll any of these ones. God damn these electric sex pants. And then this will be wounding you on a 3. Even though this is a battle cannon, it's a relic battle cannon, thus it is strength 9. Nice. Yes, excellent. 5 wounds, sir.
5 wounds.
5 wounds. These are AP -3 again.
4 saves.
Oh, you failed 2 of them. That will be 6 damage.
So he's down to 2.
2 wounds. Yes. Give them the fucking beans, lads. These squats ain't so tough. All right, we've got a laser cannon. It's a straight up hit. It is not a wound. And I cannot re-roll that even if I had the capability to. Okay. All right. Now, we are going to go over to... For just tells, we're going to give it to the autocannon. Will the autocannon do it? Now, this has moved, but it is take aim. It is 1 auto wound, sir. It is near the Castellan, sir. It is another hit, sir. It will wound you on 5, sir. It is another wound, sir. As it is take aim, it is AP -2, sir. 3 of save, sir. Oh, I had a feeling then, man. It's like that scene in Saving Private Ryan. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. I was like, it's a goddamn 20mm. Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. Oh my God, I had a good feeling then, man. He's shaking. Do you feel fear? Do you bleed? You're going to. All right, we've got the next Battle Cannon. It is the big 9 shots. That is 6. That is 9. He shall hit you on 3, sir. Rerolling 1s. That is only 8 dice. I have not picked up the extra dice. Oh, it's only 1 auto wound. It is many, many 2s. And then it is 1 reroll. That was a little bad. But at least we got 4 hits, 3 hits in total. Just 2 wounds, sir. It's only strength 8. These are -2, so you'll be on 3s. Oh, nothing you can do about that. It is dead. It is minus.
Does it explode?
Flat damage 3. It does not.
It does not explode.
And that, guys, is how you deal with a Hecaton. 1 enemy vehicle versus an entire armored tank company. The guard have the tanks to spare.
Do any of the blokes inside?
Oh my God, there's dwarves inside. It's like a clown car.
So, guys?
What? I thought it was a lot worse then.
Yeah, me
you sure you
too.
don't want to spend a CP for emergency disembarkation and lose half the squad?
I think I'm alright. I think I'm okay.
Okay, so that is that might seem a little bit crazy, guys, but what you have to understand, if we come over here, is that single vehicle just absorbed damage from a buffed Rogel Dawn, a tank commander with Gatekeeper, and an infantry squad, and another tank. So it might seem like it went down relatively quickly, but just think that that is probably close on to 600, 700 points worth of firepower, all having to concentrate into a single target. So Hecatons are still absolutely hard as nails, boys. Don't forget that. Okay, now that is the main bit of shooting. what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to go over to the Hydra, and then we'll do the remaining firepower off camera. Tom has just tried to cheat me, but sadly he has not been able to. As, of course, he is a whacker power gamer now. As we know, if you're not cheating, you're not trying to win the game hard enough.
I can't believe when I heard that story now. I was like,
I gave you guys the short version. There was a lot more than that. But basically, what he tried to do is do a reactive reprisal with the Hecaton, but it is a core unit only. So there you go. I have something similar, but it's called Vengeful Salute, but it's only on tanks. But you're like, okay, that's the best unit to do it on. Now, we're going to do the Hydra, guys. The Hydra has snuck around here, and it's going to absolutely light up these guys. Now, I'll be hitting you on 3s because of turret weapon, and not all of you are in the dense. I have got a few misses here, but fortunately 2 misses and 2 rerolls thanks to Gunner's Kill on Sight. Excellent. That has become 2 auto. Auto wounding's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's pretty nice. And then I shall be wounding you on 3s because I imagine you are not toughness 3. And that will be 4 wounds. Now these are AP minus DOS, which become AP minus 1.
5 up invulnerable save they have because of the Carl.
Nice.
So
they're 2 damage each.
So this will be 1 lives and then 3 dead.
Okay, because you too have a medipack.
I have a med pack.
You sold the medipacks to the Krieg, apparently.
I did.
I've got a heavy blotter, 1 auto wound, 2 hits, and that's it. 1 more wound, AP1. You standard save.
Standard save. So this will be a 4-up save.
Nice, there you go. But yeah, the reason I wanted to show the Hydra off on camera, guys, even though it's not got as much like oomph as a Rogue or Dauntless. We have been talking about them on videos recently, and I do think they're a bit of a sleepy. 110 points, just goes on the corner, picks up 3 or 4 Votan. Having a great time. Okay, now the only bit of firepower I've got left is going to be this rust going into those Hearthkin over there. We'll do that off camera, and we'll be back in just a moment. And once all the other little bits of shooting had been done, that Lehman Russ was able to kill 2 more from the Hearthkin squad over there. And that concludes the first battle round, sir. Now, I actually got 5 points from Flexible Command because everyone is in range of officers, and also I did kill something under the influence of an order. My tank that killed your Hecaton was under the effect of Gunner's Kill on Sight. So, very nice. So, yeah, now, unfortunately, you will start with 12 primary now, going into your turn 2. And I am only on 1 objective, so I'm only going to get 4 in mine. So it's definitely going to become a later turn game for me. But we shall see what you do going into battle round 2. My, these Votan are bringing the spies today. Enraged by the loss of their Hecaton land fortress, Tom has done a pretty all-out attack on the guard. So starting off, these wannabe Terminators did a site-to-site teleport and have come over to this flank with the Hydra. The biker boys from Mars have gone in on the attack as well, and then we've also gone for a big push with the infantry. His other reserves have dropped down here, and some more bikers here. So at the moment, we are very well corralled into our deployment zone, but we shall see how the shooting phase goes. I've got a load of judgment tokens on me as well. My Castellan has got 1, this tank here has got 2, the Rogal Dawn has got 1, and the Hydra has got 2. So that is the movement and the command phase done, I believe. Tom has also done rich deposits on here. He has earned victory points, but he has not found any gold.
The only gold that I've got is on this one, very over here.
Is it this one over here, is it? Yes. Okay. So we shall go into the Votan shooting phase now. Tom is trying to cut the head off the snake. He is going to shoot me with his Carl. He's shooting me with the Carl, and he's actually going to put it into my Castellan here. I did not realise that he could ignore line of sight with that weapon. Now, if you get any hits, you auto-wound, is what you're telling me.
Yes, he has a judgment token, so any hits I get, just automatically wound. As said in the Grudge's End
Isn't it if you get 6s to hit, they auto-wound?
So this is a relic that ignores...
if it's a relic, it's fine.
Yeah, it just ignores it. So any hits, if I hit on 2s, auto-wounds, so 2s. So
okay.
That's 4 auto wounds, AP minus 2, 2 damage.
So I've got a 5 up. Invulnerable save. The first one, I shall fail. I shall leave it. The second one, I shall fail. I shall leave it. The third one, I shall pass. And the last one, I shall pass.
Nice.
Nice. Look at that, boys. I was keeping a CP in the back pocket for that. Didn't even need it,
How many
bro.
wins do you have? Like 5?
Got one left. Okay. Now, have you got any other big shooting coming in here?
Yeah, so I'll start with the Sagittor into the Hydra.
Sagittor, the Battle of the Autocannons.
Yes.
So
So he has two weapons. He's got the Martyr autocannon, which is strength 7, and he's got the Heavy Bolt cannons, which is strength 6.
Okay.
And I'll auto wound you on 4s, and I'm hitting on 3s.
Yes, because your regiment trait or clan, whatever you want to call it, counts as being one token higher all the time.
Yes.
Okay, so off you go.
Anything you want to do?
No.
Okay, so
Just wasting your time.
So those 2 miss, and those are all auto wounds.
Great. How many?
AP -2, 6 auto wounds.
Damage?
2.
6, you say. AP2, you say.
Yes.
Okay, I've taken 6 damage. I've got 5 left.
And then the next one, same again. And I'm going to use this one to for my reroll. So that is 6 that auto wound.
And
then these.
didn't they just miss?
No, they got 3s.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
And then this one wounds as well. So that's 7 wounds.
AP?
AP -2, 2 damage.
It's all AP2, 2 damage, is it? I think the Hydra's dead, but that's fine. Yep, the Hydra's dead. Long live the Hydra. The Hydra's dead. Does it explosion? No, sadly not. Okay, now. It's dead, but is it though?
Just to let you know as well, now that it's dead, I can pass its judgment tokens onto someone else.
Well, I think you're going to find it's not dead yet. Vengeful Salute! Vengeful Salute! We shall be double checking that stratagem. We're back, and I think I can do it. It does have a turret weapon. Okay, so the Hydra, you're going to spend 2 command points on it, and it's going to Vengeful Salute into these chaps here. Because it's already dead, these guys probably won't have much of a target now. What's the range of their guns?
18?
Yeah, you won't be in range of the Rogue or Dawn or anything, so that's fine. So might as well use this thing to do some damage. And I am going to go for the bikes, sir. Good sir, kind sir. Now, I will be hitting on 4s. I will not be getting any rerolls, but I will be getting 6s to auto wound. So, boop, 1 auto wound. I wonder if I could have spent ingrained precision here as well. Because I do get to shoot as if it was my shooting phase, but I haven't done so. So there we go. 2 more wounds, 3 wounds in total, AP -2 in total, AP -1 once you take into account.
So that is 5s.
Yeah, kill a bike and do 2 wounds. Who are you allocating it to? 2 basic bikes?
Yeah, basic boys.
So him,
Yeah, just
that's
take
gone.
Whichever one off.
And you have got a Wund
Danke.
on your Chiasa. There we go. Now, I have lost my Hydra, and I also have to wound mark my Castellan, so we'll do that, and we'll do the rest of your shooting off camera.
Does it explode?
We already rolled that. I couldn't have used stratagem if it had gone. So yeah. So we'll do the rest of your shooting on camera unless something particularly exciting comes along, like what's happening over here.
There's just the light shots, and then there's the graviton.
Tell you what, we'll come back to the graviton then.
Yeah.
And once the chatter of the little guns finished, the guard had lost quite a bit of infantry. This squad has been reduced down to just 5 members. And this Voxman is all that remains of his squad. So we have taken quite a bit of damage there, but we still have got the Brokir Thunderkin to go. Now, this Lehman Russ has already taken 5 wounds. It is -1 to hit because of smoke screen. And it is -1 damage because of the...
won't get... Does smoke screen give light cover?
No, it's a -1 to hit modifier. Yeah. So I will go for it. So -1 to hit, -1 damage.
So D6 shots each.
D6 shots each.
So that is 12 shots.
That is above the average. Your average should have been 10.5. Now you spend a command point to give them full rerolls. Yes. How does that work?
So a unit if it's a legal Votan unit, if it has a grudgment token, you can spend 1 CP and give it full rerolls against that unit. That
is ridiculous.
Yes, it's funnily enough. It's one of the things that me and Chris were looking at the book going, why?
Why? Because everything's got a judgment token on it.
So these guys will be hitting on 4s. Auto wounded on 5s and 6s.
Okay.
Full rerolls to everything. So these ones, 5s and 6s. And these reroll.
You're rolling your 4s anyway, just to try and get.
Yeah, just try and fish. Fish.
Okay.
Fish.
And you got to wound them, strength?
5, so this will be this will be 4.
This will be 5s, yeah.
So
No.
nothing?
So 5 saves.
Oh, actually. Yeah, reroll
6 saves.
6 saves. AP minus 3, I do believe.
Okay, we'll just double check. Okay, it is AP minus 3. They are 3 damage each. That goes down to 1 damage each. We're going to roll these one at a time for dramatic effect. The first one.
Dramatic.
Fails. 2 damage. 6 wounds left. Second one. Passed. Third one. Failed. Down to 4. Down to 2. And he's dead.
Oh,
and the last one. No. No, I spent on my CP. So he is gone, but. Oh,
Hey!
no. Where
He's got
was
one
the-
wound left.
He's only got 1 wound left. So my captain will die, my Vox guy will die, and your bike's going to take 1 more wound. There we go. No! All right. The Graviton guns have just they've just somehow, they've not crushed it, they've expanded it and just blown it up. I like to think that they sort of ruptured fuel lines, it just set on fire and exploded.
I'm so glad I killed that.
That's cool. That was a bit of a waste of CP on my end. He really didn't absorb that much damage, but...
And they've killed the unit, so that
Yes.
encouragement token gets passed on.
Of
to
course it
him.
does. But this guy...
This Gron.
They didn't kill him, though.
They didn't. Oh no.
They didn't kill him.
Okay, so
He
that
died
one
to an
was-
explosion, but they didn't kill him.
Damn you, sir.
Yes! Damn your eyes!
Damn your eyes.
All right, so that is the end of turn 2, Votan. You look...
Charges.
You've got charges? Where are you charging?
I don't know. I just wanted to say. I'm charging.
Are you charging?
I will decide in 2 seconds, viewers.
Okay. After much deliberation, the Higher Council of the Tom Votan have said, we shall not charge. Tom
High
did...
Council of the
Yeah. Basically, he had a little look at it, and he didn't really have any good sort of places to go. The fact that if he goes into combat with any tanks, they're just gonna shoot because of turret weapon and big guns having fire and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it was all good. So the Votan definitely look at a commanding position, but you have to remember, guys, I literally have probably about 600 points about to come on the board right now, and they're pretty angry. So let's see if I can do a really big guard pushback. Because remember, Tom has kind of gone all in here, guys. If I'm able to just have a blistering turn 2, it could very much swing the game back in my favour. Although I am only going to start with 4 victory points for my primary. Only 4, sir.
4, sir.
So we shall be back at the end of the guard turn 2 movement and command phase. So going into guard turn 1, I wanted to use my strategic reserves to show the flexibility that 3 reserves would give you with Arcs of Omen. But Tom has forced my hand and has made me have to do something supremely uninteresting. I just put my 30 sounds in here. Now, the reason we've done that, guys, is because I can't really go anywhere else over here, because obviously I can only come up to sort of the outside of the deployment zone. And I can't really go over here, because if I drop in over there, there's really nothing for me to shoot at but a few bikes. So basically, the Kazakhstan have come in here, and they're going to try and help clear this flank as best as possible. So, I mean, that's nice, I guess. Now, my Scions have dropped into this corner, and they have done a rod over there, so I will have got some points for that. But yeah, that's basically it. We are going for the big counter-attack now, guys. We do need to do a lot of damage here. This is the make or break turn. If I do sufficient amount of damage to the Votan, it will swing me massively back into the game. If I don't do sufficient damage to the Votan, I think that they will corral me and do a lot of damage to me. So that is that, guys. So that is the movement. Command phase, of course, none of the infantry can receive orders this turn because the officers are off the board, but the Rogel Dawn and the Lehman Russ there did both receive gunner's kill on sight for the purposes of for rerolling ones. So there we go. Now it is going over to the shooting phase. So the first unit of Kazakhstan is going to be firing rapid fire into these wannabe Terminators, and I have spent my one and only CP on ingrained precision, trying to get them as much auto wounds as possible. Now we shall fire the first plasma gun. We shall overcharge it, good sir, kind sir. We've got an auto wound and a hit. Excellent. I should say that this Kazakin squad has got Swift as the Wind. This Kazakin squad has got elite sharpshooters, and this Kazakin squad here has got heirloom weapons. So I should have been clear about that. Now that is one. That's the first one. We've then got the next one. Oh, that is a hit and a reroll thanks to Creed. So that is 2 hits. Very good. No auto. Only 1 auto wound so far. Now we will need to wound on these. Your toughness, sir?
5.
So it will be 3s. Okay, we have wounded with all of them. Now, these are AP -3, which becomes AP -2. And they are 2 damage each, and you do not get to reduce the damage.
So 1 dies.
We have killed 1. We have killed 1, sir.
1 is dead, sir.
Okay, we have 2 melter guns. We have 2 hits. We have 2 melter guns. We have 2 wounds. These are AP -4.
AP -4, sir. This reduced to AP -3, sir.
Yes.
So that is a
5 up.
Ooh.
Oh. He's shaking. Hands are sweaty. Arms weak. Vulnerable sweater already.
Don't get an invulnerable save.
You do get an invulnerable save if you want to try and tank some champion. Then it's going on him for a while.
No.
Dead. Also
Dead?
dead. Yes, okay. Now we then have the hotshot sniper, which will not hit because it hits on a 4. And then we have the hotshot rifles, of which there are 4 of them. And then we have a pistol. Okay. Whoa! Okay, that is an auto wound. That is an auto wound. Those are just misses. And there's another hit over there, Tom, if you could grab that for me and have a reroll here. Excellent.
Yeah.
No. Okay, auto wound, and 2 more wounds. 4 wounds, AP -2 becomes AP -1.
AP?
Damage? Just 1 damage.
Just 1 damage.
So we have...
1 wound.
Okay, very good.
Is that squad done, sir?
That is that 1 squad done.
I'm going to spend a CP.
What do you guys spend a CP?
Active reprisal. They're going to fire into that squad because they're a 5-man unit now.
Okay, if you want to.
Just one ping. So, right.
Okay.
What are my dice?
Okay, let's gather your dice. Okay, coming in here, we have five dudes. What are they shooting me with?
So these are going to be the grenade launchers first.
Okay.
This is D6 shots each, so that is going to be 4, 8, so 12, 13 shots.
Okay. This is reactive reprisal.
Reactive reprisal, sir. And these will be hitting you on freeze.
Whatever your basic ballistic is.
And I get to reroll one of them, which I will do. So that is then that miss. And then this is strength 5, I do believe, so it'll be freeze.
That's a lot of 1s and 2s.
A lot of 1s and 2s. So that's 3 at AP -1.
Okay. That will be 3 dead Kazakin. And then what are you shooting with now, sir?
This will be the Volkite disintegrators.
Oh dear.
So these will be hitting on freeze and 6s deal mortal wounds.
Okay.
So that is 3 mortal wounds there. And then these guys. This will be strength 4, I believe, so it'll be freeze again.
Okay.
So 5 more, 3 mortal wounds and 5 more at your base save.
That's not good. So I think you might have got the squad. So there's 3 + 3 + 4. That will be the whole 10-man squad wiped out. 10 Kazakin walk onto the board. How many of the Terminators did they kill?
They killed 3.
3 Terminators. So 3 Terminators for 10 Kazakin may be a worthwhile trade. We'll find out in just a moment. So we are going to do the rest of the little bit of shooting off camera, and then we will be back with the big guns so we can see the exciting stuff and the exciting dice rolls. Okay, and after all of the small arms fire had died down, we have managed to kill the unit of bikes here, and we've also managed to finish off the unit of wannabe Terminators over here. It did take most of our Kazakin squads there to finish that off, and then it did take the rest of the firepower. I think there was 1 Kazakin squad and an infantry squad here that did have to finish off the bikes over there. Unfortunately, this squad didn't do any damage to the bikes here. I was hoping that I'd get a heavy bolter round through or plasma round through and finish that 2-man bike off. As it was, the plasma guy killed himself, and everyone else, bar 1 lasgun shot, missed, which does not bode well. But anyway, now we are on to the big boom boom. Now, big boom boom, we're going to go with this chap first, and he's going to put every last man jack of his shots into this squad here. The reason we're going to do that is we don't want them tying us up and being annoying. And also because he is basically going to try and shoot there. And then that if he doesn't complete his mission, then he can help out. If he does complete his mission, he's going to shoot over into those Hearthkin over there. And then this guy is just going to put absolutely everything into those exosuit bastards. Because I ignore all of their cover and everything, because of meticulous calibrator. So even my little Daka is still most potent. So we shall go on to that first battle tank, which is going to be this one here, who's going to fire everything into there. First thing to do is see how many shots he gets. Nice, that is 8 shots. Talking with yourselves, viewers, whilst I gather these dice. We've got 7 viewers. We're almost there, and now we're up to 8. Okay. Ooh, it's a strong roll. It's a spicy roll. Okay, that is a 1 auto wound. Everything else hits. Now, those do drop, sadly. Now, these will be AP -2, sir, which will go down to AP -1. But each one of these is going to be it's going to be 3 damage.
So that is
2 dead bikes.
I can either pick
Unless
2 dead bikes, or I can pick the high-las rotary cannon.
There is still...
Oh no, this the one at the back. Yeah, it's 2 dead bikes.
Okay.
2 dead bikes.
2 dead bikes. We now have the heavy blotters, the blotters of the heavy. We've got 2 hits. Okay. And then we need to try and wound.
Do you know what, viewers? Can I just say, if you
1
complain
wound.
about my voice, this
I'm
game,
doing the guard commander voice, man. Yes, indubitably.
Yes.
1 wound at your basic save.
Basic saves, sir.
You have passed it.
I was going to say it's a miss. It's
Alright. Alright. We're going for the laser cannon. Oh, I've jibbed it. Laser cannon. It is a hit. Laser cannon. It is a wound. You want a 6 up? Nope. It is a 4.
No, that is a drop die.
That is a drop dice. Okay, so we have killed the bikes. Now, we're going to go for the Dawn next. And he's going to put every man jack of his guns into these guys here. So the first thing we need to roll for is the Oppressor Cannon. It's 5 shots. I can do nothing about that. It is just 5 shots.
And you ignore dense.
I ignore light and dense. I ignore all covers, sir. Okay, now we've got 3 hits, but those 2 ones we can re-roll because of Gunner's Kill on Sight. And they have become auto-wins. What a conversion. There we go. Like Johnny Wilkinson in the World Cup, 2001 World Cup. I think Rugby World Cup. There we go. Now it is Strength 10.
Yep, T5.
So that is 2. So that is 5 wounds. Now these are going to be AP -3, which will mean you are on your 5 vulnerable save. Oh, you've done okay. That is 2 of the 3 dead.
Is it damage free?
Damage 4.
Damage 4.
Yeah, it's the big. It's the big and tasty, man. Okay, so now we have many other shots coming at you. So we're going to have 2 heavy bolters. And we've only got 1 hit, but we do have a reroll. Nope, just 1 hit. And then we do have a wound. Now you'll be on your basic save against this because it's only AP1.
Hey.
You're okay. Got the autocannon. This is hitting on 3s because of it being a turret weapon. 2 auto wounds. Look at that.
AP?
3 ups. You want 3 ups against all this?
Ooh.
Oh, he's dead.
What's damage?
2 damage.
Oh, he's got 1 wound. He's got 3 wounds.
You do reduce damage by 1 natively?
No, just...
So
is it
2 damage each?
Oh!
2 damage each, mate!
I thought you said 2 damage in total.
No. I didn't add the in total, you see. The in total, you see. Oh, yes. Matron. Okay, now the last thing to shoot is the gatekeeper into the little bitches. So let's go for the shots. It is the maximum. It is the big knife.
Short and stout, mate.
Let's the gatekeeper into the little bitches. Okay. Sha! Miss. Reroll. Auto wound. Roll to wound. Ah! Fail 1. 7 wounds in total on your little squaddy. These are AP -3 becomes AP -2.
5 vulnerable save.
Vulnerable
So
save.
that's one, just whatever, and then these. That's
Save 1. So 5 die.
5 die.
How many are left? 2.
Oh wait, yeah, 5 die.
2 are left. You tell me.
That's,
All right.
you're telling me there's a chance.
I'm telling you. Dagger.
Oh no! I keep dropping models.
Hit. Hit. Fails. Yeah. 2 more wounds.
Une maroon.
Deux wounds. Deux wounds, s'il vous plaît. They are dead. Ah, yes. Gracias, senor. There you go. Okay. All right, guys.
So who was that killed that dude?
It was the tank commander. So.
The commander. Yeah. So the Rogal gets 1, an additional 1.
I'm going to sort these out in a moment. Yeah. But yeah, it's fine. Okay, so at the end, chucking good. There's chucking good tokens. Okay, at the end of guard turn 2, we've done a lot of damage.
Yes.
We've done a lot. There is, of course, berserkers in here. The berserkers are in here. But you are down to 1 Halfkin squad, 2 characters, and some berserkers in a moon buggy. 3 characters? Yes. Fine, 3 characters. Okay. You got a guy who... Do you know what he is?
He's a little bitch.
He's a little bitch. All I am surrounded by is fear and dead men. Dead dwarves. There you go. All right. So in actual tactical summary, that was what I wanted to achieve. I would have ideally had some more stuff to deal with this, but I feel like I may have slightly mispositioned one of my tanks, but I don't really think I could have done... the Rogal Dawn could have come over here. I think what I probably should have is had the Rogal Dawn come over here, and then it had multiple targets. But I think that was realistically the last bit of anti-tank, so I'm still okay with it. Now, that is the end of guard turn 2. We've killed a lot. We have scored 5 more points for flexible command. We scored 1 point for boots to the ground. We scored 4 points for the banners of doom, but we have only scored 4 points for primary, and we are going to continue only scoring 4 points for primary because these are sticky objectives now that we're playing Arcs of Omen. Shtick. So it may be that Tom ends up doing very, very well on primary because it takes me a while to get around places. We shall see. We're going into Votan turn 3. Let's see what they do. Despite horrendous casualties, the leagues of Votan continue their headlong, forlorn charge into the line of the Imperial Guard. Tom is forcing me to gunline here, which is not something I like to do. I normally like to play a bit of maneuver warfare, but he's doing this to put as much pressure on me as possible. Remember, these objectives are sticky. If it takes me too long to go over there and start taking them off Tom, he will happily rack up loads of primary points, which could easily swing this game in his favor. Remember, guys, it is all right to sacrifice 95% of your army if it does secure victory on the tabletop. That is a very valid and competitive tactic that many armies actually are built around. This is something that Tom is trying out today. So, that is your movement phase, your command phase. Have you given some rerolls out and everything?
Rerolls over here, and I have judgment tokens all over there.
Okay, so you've spread out the old judgment tokens, you've given the rerolls out, now it's time for the shooting. Now, you have a relatively little amount of shooting, so what we'll do is we'll come back with a summary turn of the shooting, and then hopefully we'll get we can see how many guardsmen these berserkers can butcher on camera. So guys, we will be back at the end of the Votan shooting phase, turn 3, and then we'll be going on to their charge phase, turn 3. At the end of the Votan shooting phase, they killed the Scions back here. They wiped out the unit of Kazakin that were guarding Creed. And they also were able to do 9 wounds to that Lemurus, leaving it with just 4 left. So pretty spicy. So that was pretty impressive to play a firepower. And I think the Votan charge phase is also going to net them many more casualties as well. Tom, where do you want to charge first?
So the Berserkers are going to charge into both of these squads.
Photon grenade. Oh, it's the wrong army. Damn it.
I'd cry.
I have nothing to stop this.
I'm guessing this will be about a 6.
I could Overwatch, but yeah, it's probably about a 6. But just roll it and see what you get. It's not a 5.
Re-roll the charges anyway. Okay. So do it again.
Ooh, we'll have to check. Will you check if you can make it to both squads?
I'll have to check it.
Back in 1 second, viewers. Talk among yourselves. So we've double checked it. It is well over a 5, more like a 6 or 7 is charged to try and get into these guys here. So those berserkers sit there with their dicks in the wind. Unfortunate. Drop your cocks and grab your socks, boys. Like, no, all right, we like our cocks. Now we're going over to here, though. The totally not on here champion has charged into the infantry squad here and is going to try and beat the crap out of them. Yes. Do you have the stats for him, sir?
I do. So he has 4 attacks, hitting on 2s.
4 attacks, hitting on 2s.
Yes, and then this is strength.
Move the dash over here. He's missed a couple. Oh, but of course he has. He has a reroll. Okay.
He gets 3 hits.
Come on, you can do this.
In fact, that was an auto win because they've got 2 tokens on.
Okay.
And then strength 3s. So,
strength 3s?
Strength 3s. Just 3. Like 3 AP. So 2 AP minus 3.
Right.
2 damage.
Okay, I mean, yes, very good. They have died. Okay. I was like, strength 3s?
Strength 3s?
That's not a thing. There's a strength 3 without the S. There's a wounding on 3s, but there's nothing. Anyway, joke's not even funny anymore. No. Let's move on. So that I do get to poke you back.
Mm-hmm.
Fix bayonets, lads.
Stick me.
Stop trying to hit me. All right, so we have 2 from the heavy bolter team. We have 3 from the sergeant because I'm old school and I like chainswords. And then we have 3, nay, 4 for the remaining guys. All right, hit on 4s. Oh dear.
Nice.
It's looking, it's getting a bit fruity. If I had fixed bayonets, that would have only been 1 miss. But I don't. Toughness more than 3?
4.
As long as more than 3, yeah. 1 wound.
Whatever his save is, that's enough.
That's enough, yeah. If your guy's got a 4th save, he's like my guys. All right. No, so, okay, that is interesting. I definitely expected to lose all of that. Yeah. I think not losing all of that is game changing.
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah.
It's it may even be Mahusiv.
Failed his win because I think he's got a 4-up save actually.
He doesn't have a 4th save base.
I think so.
No way. He's got big armors. He's a Carl.
Oh, he's got a 3-up.
Yeah, he just about. There we go.
Saved it.
Yeah, not even close. All right, so that is a somewhat underwhelming Votan turn, but if I may make a small tactical commentary here, this is kind of what happens when you start getting down to that elite level of your army, and you notice this a lot with Custodes. All you need is 1 or 2 units not to do their job, and you feel it so much more than when you've got 3 other units backing it up that can also have a punt. Mm. So I think that's what we're noticing here, and it's one of the reasons why I'm just not a big fan of elite armies.
Well, this was going to be my like semi-normal army until GW started just price hiking everything in the army.
They gave the army trend, didn't they?
They absolutely roided it like up. An elite army again. I was like, well, I don't want another elite army. I wanted like a bit of a I can trade army, but that you...
Should I buy some guard?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got him! Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. All right. I'll get the orcs. You can have the guard.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So we're going to go over to the guard turn. We may even do a summary turn. We'll see how we feel about it. But we'll be back in guard turn 3. We now get a chance to push out, move out, and start taking the fight to these Votan. So, end of guard movement and command phase. The Rogal Dawn has come over here and it can draw line of sight to one of the wheels of the Sagittario, which means I can shoot everything I've got at that wheel and destroy it.
It will blow up the vehicle from the wheel.
Yes. I like to think that we just sort of lob some shots over because we know roughly where it is. That's what I like to think. Indirect fire of the tank. We've then got...
Well, in that case, you're -1 ballistic skills.
But I'm not actually indirect fire. It was just the narrative, Tom. You always say you want more narrative games.
In the narrative. Well,
I'm trying to tell people what I've done here, and you're coming along with semantics.
But you're being a competitive little gamer.
You brought Votan.
What I painted.
Which is Votan. So I say, I brought what I painted. Oh, look, it's 15 Tau Crisis suits.
And 3 riptides.
And 3 riptides. But it's a narrative game. Oh. My army just uses this stuff.
Filth.
Shame. Anyway, can I go back on topic
yes,
now?
Go
Okay,
on.
good, thank you. The squad that of infantry that was here that didn't get charged, lol, have moved over here and have gone, sticky objective, never heard of it. It's my objective now, son. Look at me. I'm the objective now. We then had the Kazakin and Creed and the big bullshit banner, which I realised, viewers, I may have re-rolled a couple of dice to wound against Tom before, but it's okay, I'm just going to leave it. But it's just to let know I can't re-roll wounds against you, can I? Because of void armour.
No.
Yes, so if there was any mistakes there, guys, we're gonna wear it, but we'll make sure we get it right next time. Kazakin, I'm going to try and deal with 5 Berserkers. I do believe that 10 Kazakin with take aim, with heirloom weapons, in close range, can deal with 5 Berserkers. You don't get your save, you don't get feeling pain.
No, don't get me feeling pain, yes.
You don't get your reduction in damage if you have anything.
Well, they're a 6-up save.
Yeah, so no, they're dead. And then over here, the tanks. So this commander moved first here, just kind of being a bit Billy Big Bollocks. It's probably not necessarily the right maneuver, but we do want to just keep, now that we have a little bit of movement, take advantage of it. And then this tank moved backwards. I did use Relentless to put it on the top profile. And then the Tech Priest Engine Seer moved forwards and healed 2 wounds in it. See, I can heal things too. You know, but just not 4 wounds automatically.
Yes.
I have to roll for it.
Yes.
But then that makes sense.
You can also just auto-wound me
without tokens. So it swings and roundabouts, I suppose.
Really
now, that is the movement phase.
Have double the amount of units that I have.
This is true. You have, and your units are half the size of mine. Because they're little.
Little men.
Yes.
Little man syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. Now, let us go into the shooting phase. So we are going to spend 1 command point for ingrained precision on the Kazakin, and they're going to put everything they've got into the guys here. Now, before I do that, though, I am going to shoot a couple of scraplets at you because I don't want you to potentially have 1 or 2 models left hiding behind this wall. So the first thing we're going to do is shoot Creed at you. We've got 3 hits. And then wounding on toughness 4.
Yeah, 4.
1 wound, sir. AP -2.
Damage?
I'm going to check. I feel like it's 2.
Okay, well, that'll be 1 dead berserk then.
All right. It is 2. It's Duty and Vengeance, the twin pistols. Now, I'm not sure if that was Duty or Vengeance. I think going forward, I'm going to roll 2 shots at a time so I can be like, Duty first. Oh, she got 1. Vengeance? Oh, not so much. So that we've popped 1. We're now going to give you the beans with the command squad. So we're going to go for Melter. No, because even though I'm a veteran, I only get more attacks now. We're then going to go for a bolt pistol. Nope. All right, this is getting rather embarrassing now, command squad. But I'm an officer, goddammit. And then we're going to go for las guns. Okay, we did get 1 auto wound.
They're just shouting to the berserkers.
2 of the hits.
That was a warning shot.
Yeah. Lay down your arms. Anyway, so that is un wound at no EP. Try again. No, that was, I thought it was a table. Was that a save?
No, he's 6-up save.
Okay, that's it. He's taken a wound.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're then going to shoot you with now we're going on to the Kazakin. So we are going to have 4 guys with rifles. My brain hurts. That is 8 shots. These are heirloom weapons, so they are in rapid fire range. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. This just feels better. Auto wounding on 5s and 6s. This just feels right, Tom. This just feels what Kaz... Hitting on 3s was just so not me. So that one missed. Couple more wounds. 5 wounds at AP -3. No save. No feel, no pain. Just tears. There we go. That's 1. That's 3 dead.
Trez.
And then we're going to scan the hotshot sniper. Give you the beans. It has got a hit. It has got a wound. It is flat damage 3. It is AP -3. You don't get any kind of save because the big bullshit banner. Hooray for the big bullshit banner.
Huzzah, sir.
Huzzah. Drive them, Sir Digby. Drive them. All right. We are going to now go for the Rogue door. We'll just keep it going.
I will march you till you drop.
Yes. There we go. Let's go for the dawn. There we go. It's always darkest, not before the dawn, but when the dawn fires. So that will be a total of 7 shots. 4 plus 3 is 7. We're hitting on 3s, rerolling the 1s. So that's a fail, and that's a fail. By the way, everything is going into your Sagittar. Still counts as a tank kill, guys, for the old big becoming a tank case.
It's like a Dune buggy.
Just 2 wounds. It is AP -3, becomes AP -2, and it's
so this will be a 5-up save.
4 damage. Just 4 damage. That's it.
Okay.
How much? How many?
It's got 5 wounds left.
It's got 5 wounds left. All right. The auto cannon gets a hit and an auto wound. And what's your toughness?
7.
I keep thinking it's toughness 6. It should be toughness 6, man. It's only a little Dune buggy. That's just 1 wound then. AP, nothing.
Everything in my armour's little.
Yeah, that's true.
What's 2 wounds, yeah?
Just the 1.
AP?
None, but you are going to take 2 more damage.
Mm-hmm.
How many do you have left, sir?
3.
3. Blotters? No. Yes. Si. Oui. Okay. Dos wound. 2 wounds. Okay. 2 wounds. Yeah, you've taken 2 damage. It's a heavy bolt.
Down to 1, sir.
All right. I am gonna absolutely fucking beans you with all these heavy stubbers now. Let's go. We've got a castigator after this as well. Castigator Galley. But first, someone get on that 50. Okay. We have the auto wound. We have 3 more wounds. We have the technology. We just don't want to spend a lot of money. All right, let's go for one more hit. Okay, and then I need to wound you on 5. It's 2 wounds, 0 AP. The mighty stubber. Ooh. Yes. Do you want you to CP to spite me? There is 12 more shots coming in after this. Okay. Yes.
Does he explode? No. Oh.
The mighty heavy stubber has eliminated the Dune buggy. Yes. Okay, now the only things that we have left to do is see if we can kill this champion. Now, we're going to do that off camera, guys, because it's just going to be like battle tanks going in, and there may be some other spare firepower that goes towards those kin over there. So we will be back with the rest of the shooting in a summary. And once the dust had settled, the Carl had died. The reason I do it like that, guys, it's a Walking Dead reference. And then also, I managed to kill 3 of the Hearthcune warriors. Now, I actually would have killed all of them if it wasn't those damn kids and their CPs and their medics and their Uhtruds making them pass things. Tom actually was able to do a pretty good job of passing some of those guys. So there we are. That is what we have left on the board. The Votan have got 4 models over there. They've got 5 models here. They are down to single figures for the number of models on the board. And the guard, as you can see, we've kind of cleared the drop zone, but we now have to try and slog it out across the board and do what we can to try and score some points and take some of these sticky objectives, because Tom is still going to earn 12 victory points for his primary, because it's Arcs of Omen, because it's sticky objectives. Even though I have blown him off these things, he still controls them. I haven't been able to deny him that. So, yeah, he's actually doing very well on the points, although, as is the new tradition, I have him maxed in Flexible Command by turn 3. I always say if I don't max by turn 3, I'll concede. So there we go. Now, we will be going into the Votan turn 3. I imagine it's going to be a summary.
Very summarised, yeah.
So, and then we'll be swinging back round to the guard turn, to Votan turn 4, I should say. Yes. And then we'll be going into the guard turn 4. You may be forgiven, dear viewer, for thinking that Tom has rage quit, gone home and packed up his models, as there are no Votan visible on the board. But if you swing round here, you will realise, like the mole people they are, they have decided to go back to their burrows. We've driven them into their lair, and now we must go down in there after them and root them out. You're trying to what?
Trying to mine for that gold.
Trying to mine, yeah. He's just like, lads, fill your pockets with as much of the gold. we've pissed off the biggies. It's time for us to get the hell out of here. And I was like, boss, I thought you said these humans were back. I was like, yeah, but there's an absolute fuckload of them. They brought way more tanks than we did. So let's just get lads, just like fucking get it in the crate. We're going. So that is the Votan turn. Thomas literally, he spent a CP to regrow D3 Hearthkin to rebuild. Three of the kid have come back as I'm a robot, and so 3 of them have come back as robots. And then he's also
I am a robot.
Hello, I am a robot. So basically, he's regrown 3 of them, and he's holding that objective, and he's trying to go for like those 3 points at the end of the game because he struck gold there, and then he's just trying to hold here as well so that he can get more points. Now I will not be able. That's probably going to be Tom's turn 4, and that's the thing I can do about it. That's probably going to be Tom's turn 5 as well.
Yes.
So, no matter what happens, Tom is going to get maximum primary because he's got 12, 12, and 12, which is 36. And then he's got 5 for the tertiary, which means he's on 41. And then even if he just holds 1 objective by the end of the game, which is almost nothing I can do about, he will max out his primary. As myself, I will get 8 this turn. And it's really, I think, going to come down to, can I...
And you'll get 2 for the mission secondary.
And I'll get 2 for here. So really it's going to come down to, can I get... And then I'll get 12 on my final turn. So really it's going to come down to, how many secondary points can I rack up? That's going to be the biggie. Because if I can't rack up enough, you might have lost 90% of your army, but you might eke it out on points.
But you've also forgot to mention that I haven't done particularly well on my secondaries either.
Well, yeah, well, what have you got for your secondaries?
So I currently only have 6 for Ancestors, I have 4 for Bring It Down, and I currently have 9 for Rich Deposits, but it will go up to 12 if
yeah, so the Ancestors and the Bring It Down's the ones that's holding you back. If you can hold that, those 3 points could be critical.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. So we're going to be back with the guard turn 4. We're going to see if I can use my tank orders to try and get some angles on stuff. And yeah, we'll see how it ends up. So we'll be back in guard turn 4, probably a summary. And summary turn for the guard. It was pretty straightforward. My infantry squad here moved forward normally and then retrieved some data. My Kazakin, Creed, and command squad all moved and advanced, or moved. And my squad over here moved onto this objective and took it off Tom and scored me a couple of extra of the tertiary points. And then my tank here got a phenomenal advance roll. I told him to full throttle, so he moved a bit further, and then he got an advance, and he was able to then draw line of sight to these pathetic creatures. But between the medic and Uhtred, Tom actually did pass a lot of the saves, and so I've just killed the 3 they brought back. They're very difficult to deal with. Now, it may be a bit of a risky maneuver here, guys, because obviously Tom could potentially destroy this tank and cause me to be the big sad, but we'll have to see. I thought, you know what, I don't want to be like, oh well, I'll just retreat and then not get any points or anything, and then just get my points and not interact with my opponent. Look, I'm not playing Tau today. We have player interaction. That's how it works. So we are going to be going over to your turn 5. This will probably be a bit of a summary, but there may be some important dice rolls to get on camera in terms of damage. So we'll be back with the important bits of Votan turn 5. So Votan turn was really quick. Tom moved his guys back a bit. Now, he did debate on coming out and trying to kill this tank and getting an extra 2, bring it down. But the problem with doing that is I have enough models in move range here that they could easily, if he only leaves like 1 guy on the objective, just snipe it off him. So he decided that he's going to stay here instead. I was like, but Tom, it's so close. Every point matters. You've got to go for gold. And he was like, I am going for the gold. The gold's right here. Because this is actually worth 3 victory points. So it is the right move, because if Tom moves out, even if he kills this, that's only 2 victory points extra in the bank. But if I then steal this off him, that is 3 that he's losing. So it would be a -1 victory point maneuver. Yes. So he has done the right thing there. In my turn then, it's the only thing that I could potentially do.
You know what?
Do you want me to redo it?
Do it. I can't.
He's going for it. He's going for it. He's changed his mind. You know why you need to do that, don't you? I've just realised it too. Because I'll just move around and blow you up. Yeah. And then I'll take the objective off you anyway. Great minds think alike. Or Ogre, we have our Ogre brains have synced up. Okay, we're doing it live. Coming in live from the front line, the Votan have made a maneuver. Let's go for it. We'll just do it live, Tom. We'll just keep it going. Magnarel, he's got a hit. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Wounds.
Don't worry, I have spent a CP on smokescreen, but it has not affected the result here.
Yes.
I should have spent my CP on reduced damage by 1, but I didn't. So there you go. I failed, sir. It's 4 damage, sir. Okay, he's only got...
I have 2 bolters. I have 4 shots from my bolters.
Bolters.
I'll be re-rolling everything, and he's got 3 judgment tokens on him.
Does he?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I was telling you before.
Okay.
So that's 4 wounds, AP minus 1 damage each.
4 wounds.
4 wounds.
AP minus 1.
AP minus 1 damage each.
Past the first one. He's past the second one. He's not past the third one. It's 1 damage.
1 damage.
He's got 1 wound left. He's past the last one.
Okay.
It's 1 damage left.
And Uhtred the Destined is going to shoot.
Uhtred the Destined!
Okay, to do then.
Okay.
So he's going to use his reroll. So that's 2 auto wounds.
2 auto wounds.
Does
not always
6 as well. That's a mortal wound.
Oh.
That's 1 mortal wound and 1 normal wound.
He's dead then.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
Does he explode?
No.
Oh.
I'll spend 1 CP for Vengeful Salute.
No.
Not like this. It's 7 shots.
Who are you shooting at?
I'm shooting
Oh,
the
actually,
little.
you have to shoot the little guys.
I don't have to, but I'm going to because they're the obsec ones, aren't they?
Yes.
That's pretty good. There you go.
Okay. 4, you say?
4, indeed, sir.
Right, I'm going to take this on the sergeant. He has a 4 vulnerable save.
Okay. He's dead.
Going to turn it to a 6.
Okay.
So he's
Can you
fine.
still do that?
I can still do that.
Okay.
Next one. What? It's 4 saves, yeah?
Yeah, keep going.
Next one.
He's past it.
Past it. Next one.
He's dead for sure.
Medic.
Now. Medic? At this point,
Medic.
it's what? It's first per turn?
Is it not a new turn?
No. Yes, it is. But it means yes. You're probably okay. You're probably all right.
Then that's fine then. So he's got 1 more.
It's 1 more.
No,
He's dead. I told you I was gonna get him. He's died. He's dead. He's not coming back.
He's dead, sir.
He's dead. But my guy does also die. There we go. That was cool.
A sergeant for a tank. That's okay.
That's all right. All right. That is your turn. That has 2 more victory points for you.
Yeah.
2 victory points. Now, I score at the end of the turn. So what I need to do here, guys, is basically I'm going to move my tank commander over to here. He's going to put everything into there. And then I'm going to move my guys onto this objective and see if I can steal it. That's it. That's all it comes down to.
Yes.
Let's go back to the guard turn 5.
Yes.
Turn 5 for the Imperial Guard. How have we ended up here already? Starting us off, the Rogel Dawn was like, you know what? That's a nice objective. I like that objective. And so he just stayed there. He can't go anywhere else. He's having a good time. And then the tech priest is like, Timmy the tech priest is like, you know what, mate? I'll come and join you, old mucker. And so those two are having a great time chilling out on the home objective. The Kazakin and Creed were like, you know what? Kazakin turned to Creed and were like, you know what, Governor? I don't think we need to go anywhere. We can stay here and get a boots on the ground point. And Creed went, you know what, lads? Take a load off, get the cards out. Drinks on me. We'll score a point here. The command squad was like, screw you guys, we want to earn more points. And they got a big move and advance, which allows them to get in range of the centre of the board with their flag. We've got a flag. And that meant that they got an extra point for boots on the ground, which was great. And these guys over here did try and do a big rush over to this table quarter to get an extra boots on the ground, but they didn't make it, so they're just staying where they are. And they're able to get the boots on the ground point there. These 2 squads were like Leroy Jenkins and just moved using the Voxcaster over, and I was able to get both heavy weapon team bases onto the objective, so we are contesting it. So now there is a legal battle going on over who gets to take the gold away. But unfortunately, the Imperial Guard solicitor / lawyer has turned up in a tank. And that may swing the negotiations in their favour, because it doesn't matter how right you are, if the other legal counsel brings a tank to the proceedings, to the deposition, it does tend to mean they get what they want. So what we're going to do, guys, is go straight into the guy shooting phase. We only have the one thing, which is the tank commander is going to file the appropriate paperwork and is going to launch that paperwork directly into the faces of the Votan. So how many shots are we going to get?
We'll clear a space for the big chungus.
Clear a space for... Okay, here we go. It's going to be 8 because of it being gatekeeper. All right. Now, you know what? Oh, it's too late. I've done it again, haven't I?
What?
I'm gonna shoot my heavy bolts first, and I'll even take the hit on re-rolling that.
See.
Okay, because I've made this mistake every friggin' time I've shot at these guys. So heavy bolters first. Okay, I'll spend CP on. I won't. I'm just not going to do it. I should spend CP on it. I should spend a CP on ingrained precision, but I'm not going to because I didn't, and it would be unfair to do it now. 3 wounds. I think one of them might be an auto wound, but we'll just say 3 wounds. No, 4 up saves.
5? Is it? Wait, what's
it's AP1, so you're okay.
Oh.
He's already gone and done it. Stormbolter. That is an auto wound. Okay, it's an auto wound. Okay, you failed it. Okay, so you're medicing that one. All right. The las cannon hits an auto wounds.
I'm up.
Oh, he makes it. And then gatekeeper. I said I'd take the hit on the reroll, but it has the dice gods have blessed me. They're blessed me. They're like, my son, you have been very fair there. And I was like, thank you, dice gods.
All them heavy bolters and they haven't killed a single one yet.
It's all the little stuff, man. Here we go, gatekeeper. Okay. I really should have used ingrained precision here. It would have made a huge difference, but there we go. 1. Okay, no, it wouldn't. 5 more. AP3. They are dead. Even with Uhtred. And so, without his legal counsel, Uhtred is now left trying to hold the gold deposits, but the court has ruled that the guard will get them. There we go. And with that, final shout from the gatekeeper. It's the end of the game. Tom, whatever happens, shake my hand now, dude. I think it's going to be very close. Good game. Let's be back in a moment with the final scores and final thoughts. Mm-hmm. And as the guns fall silent on another battlefield, the dust has settled, forming a fine carpet over the battlefield, absorbing the salty Votan tears. We get to the final scores. Tom, would you please tell us the final results?
So the results are in. The votes are counted.
Our survey says
the Votan have scored 71 points, maxing out primary, getting 2 on ancestors.
Oh, God.
I did have 9, dear viewers, but they get reduced at the end of the game for the amount of judgment tokens that are out. And it just so happens that there are 7 units with judgment tokens on. So maybe a big mistake at the beginning of the game doing that.
I think you were spaffing them around a bit much. Next time, when a unit dies, be like, it's dead, and there's no more judgment tokens, and thus, I don't need to reduce my ancestors. But anyway, carry on.
And then bring it down, I scored 6.
Yep.
And rich deposits, I scored 9. And leaving me with 71 points. Because
very good.
Painting score as well.
Indeed.
Moving on to Tim, he got 36 on primary.
That's very low for me. It's very low.
He got 15 on Inflexible Command. He got 9 on Boots on the Ground. He got 8 on Retrieve Nakmun Data, leaving him with 81 points because of Painting score as well.
Excellent. You do realise we're no longer in Warzone Nakmun. It's actually Retrieve Battlefield Data. So...
Well...
I'm only kidding, man. Good game, Tom. I was just being pedantic on purpose, just to frustrate him. That was a really, really close game. I think it literally came down to the fact that you failed the charge over here. That Berserker charge would have... If you look at my forces, I was just saying to Tom off camera, I'm completely battered. I've like 30 infantry left and 3 tanks. If you had killed those 20 infantry... I would have about 10 infantry left on the characters. And who knows what that would have meant in terms of what I could have killed, what points I could have scored over here. It would have massively reduced my mobility and flexibility on the battlefield. So I think it is a testament to how close a game is when it can be won and lost on a single 6-inch charge roll, which is pretty good. Tom, what are your final thoughts on the Votan? Because it's the first time we've had them. It's your second game with them.
Second game with them. I love Uhtred with a halfkin blob. I think if he's in a halfkin blob with a medic and just getting like 2 saves, like you just auto pass, that's really nice. And a 5-up invul. The Hecaton, I wish I'd saved Uhtred's ability for that and maybe kept it alive for another turn. I think that could have been good. Shouldn't have took Ancestors because I didn't read it fully before the game, but oh well.
That's always a problem.
That's always an issue. I shouldn't have taken...
I was elected to lead, not to read.
I shouldn't have took Bring It Down because killing guard vehicles is always sort of meh.
What would you have got on No Prisoners? You would have killed...
I would have got 8.
You would have got 8.
I think 8 or 9. I think.
Yeah, so you would have got more.
Yeah.
7 or 8 or 9 points. Okay.
I really like rich deposits, but it's just you need a unit just to sit on that objective the whole game.
Yeah.
And like not move.
Yeah. And with Votan, your units are incredibly expensive. So being able to, being like, oh, I'll just leave 10 Hearthkin. It's like, no, I'm not leaving 10% of my army to hold a fucking objective. Well. Yeah, I'm not leaving 10% of my army to gather some gold and pick the noses. Yeah.
Because just 10 of those Hearthkin is with the upgrades I think it's 175 points.
Wow.
So it's like if you want a 20-man blob with the upgrades, it's 330 points, I think. So it's oof. And they're light infantry as well, so that you just need mass amounts of shots. I love the Brocade Thunderkin. They're not very efficient for the what
they were the thing that scared me the most.
I think they're really fun, just to launch at stuff with free judgment tokens. And yeah, I still don't really know how to play Votan, to be honest. I need more bikes and Sagittars and land fortresses. I think that's the way to go with it, but I don't have them in my collection, so I'm not going to win. I
think what really stood out for me, and I think this is an Arcs of Omen thing rather than necessarily like a Votan thing, is this is an Arcs of Omen and a Votan thing, I would say, which is you had me pinned in my deployment zone for the better part of 3 turns.
Yeah.
And if you were any other army but Votan, you would have been happily scoring shitloads of secondaries in your backfield, having a good time.
Yeah.
And the problem is that you were Votan. So you kept me pinned in for 3 turns. You smashed it on the primary game, and then I broke through, and it was like, oh, Tom, have you been gathering secondary points? No, Tim, because my army doesn't get good secondaries.
Do you know what the army reminds me of then? Custodes.
Yeah, he's done it. He's done it again.
You can get primary points for Custodes, but you can't really get secondary points.
Do you know what would have been oh man, you know what would have been a good secondary for you? Fucking banners.
I can't take it with rich deposits.
Oh, infamy. They've all got it infamy.
The issue with the banners as well is I'd rather have 2 units that go or 3 units that go on the first turn. Do it 9 points. Then I can get 12 or 15.
Bro, you would have had 4 banners up for most of the game though. Think about it. You would have got 2 points for banners on this one. You would have got 3 points for banners on this one because you could have had it turn 1, and then you could have had, let's say, 3 points for that one, and then 5 points of banner. 5? You would have got 10, 12 points, 13 points for it.
Yeah, it probably is better.
With your style of just, I'm gonna raise a shitload of banners and then just go ham at the enemy.
Yeah. Probably is a better one. Yeah, it's just secondary objectives. I need to figure out how the army properly plays before I do anything.
I think my final thoughts on... Obviously, I've sort of said what I thought about Votan just there. Very quickly, final thoughts on Guard. Very surprised that the Guard managed to pull that back then. I honestly thought at the end of turn 2, I thought Tom has absolutely got this. Didn't appreciate the secondary situation. Guard secondaries did all right this time. Inflexible Command, as expected, I maxed it by turn 3. I think you're going to find that's the case with most of them. Boots on the ground, I only got 8 or 9 points on it. That was mostly because of fantastic work by Tom from corralling me in, but still 8 or 9 points is very respectable for secondary. And then my last one was Retrieve Data, also got me 8 or so points. I do think that is probably the kind of score you're going to find with a close game with Guard. Because unless you absolutely just table someone, you're probably not going to get the 15 points on boots or the 12 points on banners. Not banners, Retrieve Data.
Final thoughts from me from the Votan perspective. I think if I put the Terminators here, behind cover, and obviously if they'd made their 5-inch, 6-inch charge, then the game would have been
very different.
Yeah.
I think if you'd done that, but by doing that, you did force my Kazakin to come over here, and if you hadn't done that, my Kazakin would have come over there and threatened your backfield objective. So it swings and roundabouts.
That's what I mean. If I teleported the Terminators here,
yeah,
and then like it still kind of zones you a bit. Or...
Yeah. It keeps me pinned in for potentially another turn. So guard firepower, very impressive. Rogel Dawn, flat damage 4 on a Rogel Dawn, halved a Hecaton in 1 turn. I didn't even have the Lord Solar with him. So Rogel Dawn is fast becoming my favourite heavy tank in the guard motor pool. The Leman Russ is great, don't get me wrong. The Leman Russ is great, but I think that honeymoon, I'm still enjoying the honeymoon period with the Rogel Dawn. All right, guys, let us know what you think down in the comments section below. Did you enjoy the battle report? Anything that we missed? We're absolutely still learning Arcs of Omen, and Tom is still learning Votan, so lots of feedback is always appreciated. I hope you enjoyed the battle report. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe, and if you really enjoyed it and you want to see more videos like this, then please consider becoming a channel member or Patreon supporter. The sort of stability we get from the membership and from the Patreon does allow us to do more fun battle reports and to sort of focus on the videos that we love and that we can put our passion into, rather than having to sort of chase the trends and everything. So
chase the meta, as it
chase the meta. Well, that's your department with the Votan.
Well, actually, no, sir. It's you now that you've got guard.
I was so early on this bandwagon, I jumped on it 28 years, not quite, 19 years ago. All right, guys. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. And of course, as always, see you guys next time.
Bye.